Sentinel's live stream coverage of the 2017 solar eclipse. I'm your host, Kayla O'Brien, and we're going to take you around Central Florida to the best spots where people are watching the eclipse. We have our reporters and our photographers out live right now. And if you're joining us on Facebook, please leave your comments. I'll do my best to answer them or ask any of our in-house experts how to answer those questions for you. So if you're watching us from your phone in the car, pull over right now. Sit down for a while. This is going to be very fun. So first up, we are going to Epcot, one of Orlando's most popular theme parks, where our photographer Joe Burbank is live right now. So Joe, what's going on? Are people really excited about this eclipse? They're all wearing their glasses? What's going on?
Well, the rain just started literally about 60 seconds ago. We've had sunshine really for the last 2 hours as we've been setting up various cameras. And literally, it is clouded up, and we're getting raindrops. It's a light shower. We hope it'll clear out by the time we have to start shooting. My first exposure will be at 2:21 p.m.
Okay, are people disappointed already, or are they still pretty excited that maybe the clouds will pass?
Well, curiously, there's not that. There's a few people around, you can see in the background, but it's a small gathering. We've only seen a few pairs of eclipse glasses, but we think as we get closer, assuming that the sun comes out, maybe there'll be a few more here at Spaceship Earth at Epcot.
Your eclipse glasses close by, right?
My glasses are in my pocket. I haven't had a chance to use them yet, but hopefully the rain will stop and the clouds will move and we will have a nice view here at Walt Disney World.
Thank you so much and good luck. Hopefully those clouds pass and you'll get that beautiful shot that we know you're hoping for out there. And thanks for joining us.
We will see. Thank you, Kayla.
You're welcome. All right, so now we have a very special guest in-house with us. I have Bill Zimmerman joining me now to kind of answer some of those questions that we all have still about the solar eclipse, some of the basics. So if you're inside, stuck at work right now, when's the next time we can see a solar eclipse? Maybe ask off for work in advance.
All right, so your next shot is going to be 2024. You're probably going to want to travel. It's not going to be as close to us then as it is this time around. We're getting about 85% totality this time around. Tough to find figures on that, but kind of by checking the maps and whatnot, it might be more in the 60 neighborhood next time around.
Okay.
That one's going to travel from Texas up through Maine. So if you know folks on that path, reserve a guest room.
Okay, I saw Buffalo too, Buffalo, New York, which is where my dad lives, so I might be making a little visit.
There you go.
So what about this weather that Joe was talking about? He said it was cloudy. Is that going to really mess up for us down here?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the level of clouds in any particular area. You know how Central Florida is this time of year. It looks like when we cut to Michael Williams in a bit, it's nice and clear blue skies here downtown. Epcot looks a little tougher. Some of the places up around Sanford have some spots on the radar.
Yeah.
So it just depends. You can see through some of the clouds if it's real faint. You might catch a little chunk out of the sun action, but you know, it could change in 5 minutes in any given spot around here.
And that's Florida for you. You could be in Altamont Springs, it's sunny, and then be in Winter Park, and it's completely raining the whole time.
And
so
that's why everybody just wonders, you know, hey,
what's
the weather going to do?
I don't know if we can get a close-up or we can, close up in our minds, but this tie is amazing, and it's people looking up to see the weather, and that's what everyone's doing across Central Florida. What about our tourists who are in town at the theme parks? Are they anything different for them?
Most everything is operating normally. We've been checking around a little bit. SeaWorld's going to bring the lights up full. Disney, around its animals, some of the attractions might have to shut down or might be put on hold for a bit. One of the places that they had planned to close it to was Tom Sawyer Island in the Magic Kingdom, and they intended to close that for the rest of the day. So if you're out and about or planning to head out, just check with park guides when you get there.
Okay, now is that a myth? I've heard that a bunch of times, that animals can act crazy. Is that true?
You know, I tried to look into that. Some of the farm animals sometimes will lie down and not really go to sleep, but just kind of chill out for a while. I would imagine there's not enough darkness for a nocturnal animal to suddenly spring into action or anything. But, you know, I guess abundance of precaution. maybe for human visibility more so than animal interaction. Parks
Okay.
want to play it safe.
Well, whenever the sun goes down, whether it's raining or an eclipse, I always get a little tired and want to take a nap. So
There you go.
I might be feeling that later. But thank you so much for being here
Absolutely.
and updating on that with that information.
Yep.
So now, as you said, we're going to go to Michael Williams, who's live for us right now at the Dr. Phillips Center. There's a free event going on, and from what I've heard, Michael, you made some friends out there. You've been there for what, 30 minutes? You already have best friends ready to go?
I made so many friends here at the Dr. Phillips Center. Now, people started lining up here at the Dr. Phillips Center around 11 o'clock. They started handing out the solar glasses around 12:30, and about 30 minutes later is when they actually ran out of the solar glasses.
Wow.
So if you didn't actually get your hands on a pair of glasses, you still have a couple of options. You can create your own pair. All you need is essentially 2 sheets of paper. Or you could actually create your own projection by using your hand. Now, what the Science Center is recommending that you do if you don't have a pair of glasses is make some friends and share a pair of solar glasses. Hello?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Hello? And that is exactly
We got our next
what
person up.
Okay. And that is exactly what I did. This is Deborah from Manchester, England. And what she did is she made her own pair of glasses. Hold on one second. Like this. The text box. Now, Deborah, tell me how this works.
So I made a gluten-free cornflake. So all you need to do is put some tin foil over the top of a cornflake box, poke a tiny hole in there. The sun's going to go through there.
And then you're just going to basically look through this hole, and I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but it should
Wow. Yeah, I see it. That's perfect.
So that is the sun. You do not have to look directly at the sun, which of course you should never do. Never look directly at the sun because it can cause permanent damage. So what you should do, if you don't have a pair of glasses, just make a friend and share.
I have a question for your friend. Does it have to be gluten-free in order for it to work?
Does it have to be gluten-free in order for it to work, Deborah?
It's just for me, yeah.
It does for her, yeah.
It does for you. Okay, now Michael, how many other people are around there, would you estimate?
There's quite a few. I would estimate, hold on, let me turn my camera around. I would estimate there's at least 1,000 people here in the green at the Dr. Phillips Center.
Okay.
Now, when they actually started handing out the glasses, it started pouring down rain. And that's kind of when the mass... That's when the mass exodus sort of started here at the Dr. Phillips Center. But a lot more people ended up coming. As you can see, it's pretty sunny right now. Now, off to the north, it's looking a little ominous, but all in all, pretty great weather for an eclipse here.
Yeah, I'm glad that it cleared up for you, and hopefully everyone gets that bright look with their Chex gluten-free box. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a great time while you're out there.
All right, thank you so much, Kayla.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Michael. Now we have an update about our schools in the area. Some schools may have let out early, depending on what they were doing, and some local classes are having some projects. So I have Leslie Postal here to talk about this. So any classrooms that you've heard of or teachers have any special programs that they're doing?
Yes, I'm sure quite a few are doing something. Some are just watching, the NASA link. There's 2 Lake Mary high school physics teachers that we wrote about over the weekend who are actually in South Carolina and sending Twitter feeds and videos back to their classes. So I guess it varies a lot, but all the local public schools have moved everybody indoors. So, so they have all kind of said, unless you're doing something special for your science class, everybody is indoors.
Now, is that just a safety precaution,
yes,
just in case anyone pulls off their glasses?
I think that's it. I think they're worried about the liability. It varied by district. Some said you could sign a permission slip so your child could take part in viewing activities. Others just said you could pick them up and it wouldn't be, it'd be an excused absence. An excused absence. So that varied. But there's no recess, there's no PE outside this afternoon, no after-school activities or outside sports practices. Everything's been moved inside.
Okay, now some schools let go during this time period where, the eclipse could be in its full center.
Right.
Is anything changing with that?
It depends. Some districts just said, do normal pickup, just tell your child not to look directly at the sun. In Seminole County, they said if your child is a younger child and walks or bikes and you want them to stay, they're going to stay open till like 4:30 or so. go, and your child could just stay at school. So that varied by school district, how they were handling it.
Okay. Anything that parents should know the next time around, if they've, or if they, I guess they'll be grandparents by the next time.
Yeah, I think we all learned that the eclipse glasses sell out quickly, but I think a lot of us, including my 12-year-old, learned to make the cereal box viewers this weekend. So that was a good lesson too. So
yeah, and it's hands-on. It's educational.
Right,
it's
exactly.
a step-by-step process.
Yes, she made a whole set for the 4 of us, so we're all set.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a chance to go to the roof and see it in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, actually, before you go,
yes,
let's do some trivia. Is that okay?
Oh no, you didn't.
I have
tell
some
me
eclipse trivia.
Quiz.
Well, this is a pop quiz because you're our education reporter.
Oh goodness.
All right, now don't look at the answers. True or false? There are never solar eclipses in the South Pole and the North Pole.
I'm going to say false, but I don't
Yes,
know.
you're correct. They're just like every other place in the world. There's actually
good.
nothing special about it. The next one there, or the last one that happened was in 2015.
Okay.
I'll give you one more. How about, what is the largest city in the path of totality this time around?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
So you got to think like the West Coast all the way down to the East Coast.
I don't know. It's coming down to Charleston.
I heard it on a news report this morning. That's the only reason I know.
I'm going to say I just don't know.
Okay. Answer is Nashville.
Oh, okay. Very good.
So, yeah, and they had their live report out on the big honky-tonk street.
Okay.
So
very good.
we can also, if you want to laugh, I know you have a good sense of humor, you want to hear some eclipse jokes, we can also do that while we wait for our next reporter to be live. If you laugh, it's 2 extra points. So, what's the most famous painting of an eclipse?
I don't know.
The Mona Lisa.
Okay, that's bad.
I thought it was a good one. All right, what did the sun bring to the solar eclipse party?
Again, don't know.
A light snack.
Okay, I'll circle for that.
Well, thank you for entertaining me for a little bit. We're going to see if we have any questions that we can answer, and maybe even some people might have education questions. So let's see. Let's take a look at our Facebook page here. All right, who is joining us? Tina Worrell is joining us in Claremont. Hello, Tina. Thanks for joining us. And Sarah Hirschfield says there's nothing but clouds in Windermere, so that's not very good. We have our friend Scott Maxwell. Maxwell, do you have any questions for us that we can answer or Leslie can answer? Your kids are in school, right? We'll see. And Charles King, our other friend from the Orlando Sentinel, has also joined us on our chat. So make sure if you have any questions and you're joining us on Facebook, you can ask away, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Clouds in Winter Park as well.
Like
Thank you, Orville Brown, for saying that. Well, that's unfortunate because we're hoping to see at least the 85% that we were promised when this eclipse was coming. So any clouds is kind of a letdown. But we'll see. Hopefully we're getting closer to that hour. So it's 2:17 now. It's supposed to be the peak time around 2:30, 2:45. So hopefully by then it'll clear up.
Closer to 2:50.
Okay. And now, after my one more joke, how do you organize a solar eclipse party?
I don't know.
You plan it. All right. Now I'm going to let Leslie off the hook. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And we have Annie Martin, who is at UCF right now. She has been able to avoid my jokes and trivia so far, but not for that much longer. She's going to be joining us live right now. And Annie, how are things out there at UCF? Anybody seeing clouds?
They were handing out the sun, but they ran out pretty quickly. I talked to one student who said that he arrived here at 9 a.m. hoping to get glasses, and he didn't get any.
Wow.
Pretty crowded today.
No college students get up before 9 a.m. ever, so that's shocking that they got up for glasses. What are kids doing around there now? Are they looking towards the sky? Are they making fake or are there handmade, homemade glasses? What's going on?
Yeah, I think some students their own glasses before today, so they had those even if they didn't get here early. The ones handing out for free. People cereal boxes or the like pinhole devices that people made with like paper plates. So it's kind of
Yeah, how is the weather doing out by UCF? That's Eastern Orange County. How's the weather there?
It's beautiful, sunny right now. When I first got here about 12:30, and there was thunder, and it just really didn't seem like it was going to be a good viewing day for this type of thing. But the weather's really cleared up, and I think that the people who have the glasses have a pretty good view of the eclipse at this point.
All right, well, everyone's getting excited out by UCF. Thank you so much, Annie, for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed as well.
Thank you.
And then we have our Orlando Sentinels. Red Huber is going to join us live right now at the Orlando Eye, where he's working on a very special project for us. Hello, Red, my old friend. What are you up to? Oh, he's getting his selfie ready. Hey, Red, can you hear me? He's wearing his famous hat. We love Red's bucket hat. Well, he's at the Orlando Eye right now, and he's working on a special photo that will capture, I guess, some of the solar eclipse through the eye. So he's there preparing for that now. I'm hoping to hear from him soon, but he's given us some of the look of what he's hoping to capture. So I also heard they're going to be doing a special light-up version of the Orlando Eye for his picture. So
see, I'm not sure if it'll be in print, but it'll definitely be online if and when that goes through. But Red Huber, he's never not come back with something amazing if you are familiar with his story. So, Red, thank you for showing us that. Now let's talk about some more trivia. I'll ask you guys, the viewers, because I'm waiting for some questions from you all. Let me also say that Lisa Cromar says there's clouds in Lake Mary. That's unfortunate. Orville Brown says there's clouds all over Central Florida. Gellis Val says there's clouds in Alafaya, so that would be by UCF where Annie was. And Marilyn Class, though, however, says it is clear in Kissimmee. So if you have the time and the gas, you want to head over to Kissimmee, it says, according to our viewer, that it is clear. So let's see who else we can talk to. We're getting our guests settled in, ready to go. I'll tell a joke in between because that's what I like to do. So why did the teacher bring solar eclipse glasses to school, you might wonder? She had really bright students. All right. Why didn't the sun go to college, you might wonder? Well, it already had 1,000,000 degrees. Why go back? All right. Well, thank you for joining me for Kayla's Comedy Hour / 2017 solar eclipse coverage. And now we're going to talk about the most important thing about this day are the deals that local restaurants might have for us. And I have Lauren Delgado to bring us up to date on all the cheap discounts because of the eclipse. So
yeah.
What's going on?
What an excuse
Where?
to go out and eat and get some treats today. So
I've
seen a whole bunch of different deals. For some restaurants, they want you to kind of experience the eclipse in a different way. So Cucina 214 in Winter Park has this drink where I believe it's Grand Marnier, and then they have black sangria where you can pour it on top and you just watch the sangria kind of take over that cocktail. Yeah, like an eclipse, which is kind of neat.
I love sangria. That's my favorite drink of all time. So anything with sangria, I'm all
You're
about
there.
it.
Okay.
What, does it have a special name?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't believe so, but you should just be able to just
the eclipse one.
The pretty one, right? Yeah.
Okay,
so,
cool.
That's $10.
All right, not bad.
Denny's is having a deal, $4, all-you-can-eat mooncake. So it's pancakes that kind of look like the moon. They kind of have these crater pattern on it and that sort of thing. So if you're starving,
Denny's pancakes. That is like a staple in my diet. So yes, and it's cheaper. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. And we have something for chocolate fans. A lot of different restaurants
as well.
and eateries, are blackening out their desserts. So we have Sprinkles has a black velvet cupcake today. Yeah.
What does that entail? Is that dark chocolate?
I believe so. Like a dark chocolate top and a dark, bottom.
I love that.
Yeah. And Krispy Kreme's is taking their original kind of donuts and they are giving them a chocolate glaze today. So
Ooh.
check those out. Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
a lot of different places. Oh my gosh.
A lot. I had no idea.
You can create a feast with these eclipse deals, I think.
Did you make a blog post where you have all these links?
We have an article up in the front of OrlandoSentinel.com, or at least it was this morning, but just hunt around, you should be able to find it.
Okay, now do you have to tell your waiter or waitress, I'm here for the deal, or most of these are already on the menu?
Most of these, they should be aware of them and should know. A few of them, like the Outback Steakhouse, they have a thing where you need to tell them. You need to specifically say Bloomin' Monday, and you will get a free Bloomin' Onion today.
Okay, on Monday. Interesting.
Because what's better to pair with your cupcake and your chocolate donut than
you can
a Bloomin'
food hop.
Onion?
Just go around to all the different locations with an eclipse specialty. Yeah, so is this kind of rare for restaurants to jump on to trends like this or big events?
No, not at all. Food holidays is a fairly recent kind of thing that we've been doing where each day is given to a different sort of food, chocolate chip cookies and donuts and all kinds of things. And yeah, restaurants usually get into the fun of things. I think Cocina 214 actually had a special drink back in the Pokemon Go days. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. So no, it's just anything to kind of bring people in to have some fun.
Okay, well, hopefully everyone gets to see the eclipse in its full glory, and then they can go to all the restaurants and hang out, have a good meal, have a drink. Well, thank you for being here.
Of course,
and make sure, check out OrlandoSentinel.com for a list of those specials. And hopefully there's some links on there, right? You can click on and see what they're all about. Awesome, great, thank you. Actually, before you go, I can't let anyone go, except for I let Bill go, without answering some trivia questions for me. So let's see. All right. Leslie did okay. She did all right. But we'll see how you can do. All right, here's the question.
Okay.
How many people approximately will be able to see today's solar eclipse in real life?
Real life?
Approximately today.
Gosh. Millions? I mean...
It is millions.
Yeah, okay.
How many millions?
Okay. 3 million?
3 million.
It's too low, isn't it? But yeah, I said it, I'm like, there's way more people.
The correct answer is 500 million. That's 391 in the U.S.,
very, very low.
35 million in Canada, and 119 million in Mexico, which is where my mom lives. Hi, Mom. She'll be watching with her students in Monterrey, Mexico. All right, one more.
All right.
This is another question of how many. How many hits on Google does the phrase Eclipse 2017 yield? So it's also millions.
Okay. I'm going to go way too high, I think, now. So how about 700 million?
Little less. 35 million.
Okay, that's still impressive.
So if you go on Google right now and search Eclipse 2017, you will see that it is 35 million different articles. Some might not be as legitimate as others, but as long as you're on the first page, you're pretty good. All right, and now I've heard that we have another special guest joining us. I hear it's Ricardo. He's at Bach Tower. Almost near Tampa on the way. So what are you doing out there?
Out here, we got plenty of people out here. I just spoke with earlier today with Erica Smith, the Director of Marketing for Bach Towers. They told me that as of now, they have more than 1,000 people came over here today to watch the eclipse. They had about 400 pairs of glasses, and by 8:45 a.m., they're all out. They said that if they've gotten 1,000, if they had gotten 1,000, they would have been gone, by probably 9 a.m.
Oh my goodness!
People started lining up as early as 5:30 in the morning. So there's plenty of people out here to watching and enjoying the eclipse.
Yeah. Now, Bach Tower is one of the highest points where you can watch the eclipse. Is that right? Okay. Do you know how high and how does it look from up there? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it briefly. I put my glasses on to take a peek at it earlier. And right now it looks, actually I can probably go into the trees and peek through the leaves a little bit, but I would not recommend, peek the camera up there, I guess. Not look straight up, I mean.
We would really like you to climb the tree for us, please, to get us that vantage point.
I'm working on doing a time lapse, so I'm hoping it comes out nice, so I can put it together and everything else. But the people are on the other side of the tower, so I'm trying to keep the tower in my photos. So I need to walk all around and turn this around so you can see there's a lot of people out here enjoying the show. So
yeah, you said 1,000 people. Now, is there any risk of rain where you're at? It looks pretty sunny from what I can see.
There were a tiny little bit of rain earlier today, but right now it's all clear. It looks really beautiful out here. The breeze is really, really nice. So Let me see if I can turn this around and you can get a look at. There's tons and tons of people out here enjoying the show. So,
nice.
People set up with their cameras, and people with families. You see people picnicking here on the beautiful lawn. It's a beautiful place to enjoy this. So, and nice, lots of shade. There's plenty of trees, and since the sun is straight
natural.
up. And since
very
the sun
natural
is
looking.
straight up, then you can get, you can peek out, and then you can come back, back to the trees to get some more shade and enjoy the cool breeze out here.
Now, is the event that's going on right now, is that a free event? Are people still able to come now?
Well, there's a you have to pay for the entrance. It's a nominal fee, but again, they're all out of glasses. So, but people are being nice. People are sharing. I've seen people share their glasses. I've seen people, show it to each other on their mobile phones. And as you can look around, there's plenty of people here taking photos and enjoying the day.
Yeah, that's great. Well, good luck with your time lapse. I can't wait to see it. That's going to be a very beautiful sight, and I hope you get to see the solar eclipse in all its glory as well.
Yes, thank you so much, and you guys have fun out there.
See ya.
And everybody stay safe.
Yes, we will stay safe.
Studio. You stay safe out there, friends. All right, so we've seen a lot of people around Central Florida. We got Bach Tower, we were at Dr. Phillips Center, UCF, and the Orlando Eye. So let me check and see what you guys are doing and how are you celebrating. Someone asked, Jackie Molina asked if we're going to cover Orlando International Airport. I think the answer is no, but that would be an interesting place to see if it looks any different from the sky, I guess. If anyone's coming in from Orlando International, send us your photos. You can send them to me at Kayla O'Brien Media on Facebook or Kayla OB Media on Twitter, as well as the Orlando Sentinel on Twitter and Orlando Sentinel on Facebook. Let's see. Someone asked about Port Orange. That's a little bit out of our coverage zone, but if you are out there, send us your photos, please. Let's see what else everyone says. And that was from Elizabeth Wicks. So Elizabeth Wicks, thank you so much for commenting on our post. Let's see. Sonaida Riviera says, what time in Orlando? So I believe it's in the next, from now until about 2:45 is supposed to be the peak time. The window opened up around 1:30 and it goes until about 4 o'clock. But if you tune in to our live stream, we're going to see if we can pull it up here momentarily so you can watch what it looks like as it's going on. And I'm getting a note here. All right. Back by popular demand, because he had so many friends and so many things to say, we're going to go back to our original reporter, Michael Williams, who is live at the Dr. Phillips Center to get an update from him. So he's standing there live for us now. Michael, what's going on now? It's good to see your face once again. Anything new happening? So we're going to have to let you go here, but we'll come back to you when it's time. When you have big breaking story. Dr. Phillips Center. Thank you. We'll come back to you. We're sorry. I think your microphone's got some issues. But in the meantime, I am still here, and there are no issues with my microphone or camera. So here, I'm going to ask you guys a very important question. Let's see. Okay. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? It's great food, but not the best atmosphere. You guys like it. I think you're catching on to this. And we have one of our other friends here from the Orlando Sentinel to talk about something very serious. And I hope none of you guys that are watching right now go outside and do any of these things that we're talking about. Please do not go and look at the sun directly with your eyes without specialty eclipse glasses, and on the side they should say 12312 ISO. If you can put them on and see someone's face or hand, they are probably not the legitimate glasses that you need. So I have Nassim Miller here to even take this a step further.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about some safety issues about looking at the sun. And have you heard anything from hospitals? Anyone go in with, scolding retinas yet, as far as you know?
No, and we might not get a lot of it here because I hear it's a little cloudy outside and it's been raining. But in areas like Florida where we are not going to get a total eclipse. People are at higher risk because there's still parts of the sun still showing.
Oh.
And that's the, the sun burns your eyes.
Okay.
So some of the doctors are expecting patients to show up, but probably not going to be a huge surge here. So
is there a way that you might be tricked into thinking you've caused permanent damage, but then it's really just an irritation? Should you go to the doctor for that?
So the way this works, really, the sun rays burn a hole or burn the back of your eye or retina.
Yeah, so it goes through and instead of burning the actual
goes through your cornea, like a little hole,
part.
And then goes like in the back of your eye, and there's no nerve there, so you don't feel pain. So the signs and symptoms of it are usually you're going to have blurred vision. You may have a difficulty identifying colors. You might lose your central vision, which means you mostly see from the sides. So if you develop any of these symptoms and you have stared at the sun, go to the doctor.
Don't lie to your doctor.
Yeah, and I don't
tell them the truth that you were looking at the sun during the eclipse.
And there is a study they did in 2015 from a partial eclipse in Germany on 7 people, but still they saw that a lot of them improved over time, but there was still some long-term damage. Okay. So it's just a risky thing to do to your vision.
Yeah. Now, do you know if you have glasses or contacts, should you be taking those off before you put your glasses on, or should you keep those on and then put them on top?
I am not sure. It's a good question for a doctor.
Yeah. I wasn't sure either.
I know they say, like, if you have the glasses on and you want to take photos or use cameras, you need filters for those as well, for the camera.
Because it could ruin your phone too. Okay, interesting. And you said some of the symptoms from an eye injury are irritation and burning. Is there anything else? Could you have bleeding or anything you might see?
It's not traumatic, like you won't be bleeding, but you might develop headaches over time. Either way, and there's a lot of emphasis on parents watching out for their kids if they get tempted to take their glasses off and stare at the sun, because the younger you are, the higher risk you have of damage, because your lenses are clearer, so more sun can go inside and burn your retina. So really keep an eye out for little kids.
Keep an eye out for your kids' eyes.
Yes.
is the key there.
Definitely, like make sure they keep their glasses on.
Okay, well thank you so much. And before you go, I'm going to ask you some trivia.
Oh no.
Because you're in the hot seat right now,
okay.
Nassim. I'm sorry to say it. All right, on average, how often will a total eclipse occur where you live?
Oh, it happened in Orlando. So there are a lot of people had come here in Orlando to watch it, I guess.
Interesting.
So I thought that was interesting. And before that, it was 1900. It was another total eclipse. So I don't know. They say it's every 90-some years, but between 1900 and 1980.
And then it might move around. But on average, according to Google, it's once every 375 years.
Wow.
So that's a while. So
yeah,
you might
that is
have
a
your
while.
great grandkids could enjoy it by that point.
Yeah.
Are you up for one more?
Okay.
Okay. How fast would you have to travel to keep up with the shadow of the moon during an eclipse? So starting on the west coast, heading down to the east coast. How fast would you have to go to see every moment of it?
Oh, geez, that's physics. No, I do not remember the formula.
Okay. Well, you have to go in a fighter jet going at least 1,100 miles an hour. So I don't even know if that's humanly possible or aeronautically possible, but that's what you'd have to do.
Or watch TV.
Or just watch it on a live stream. You can see the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Or watch Orlando Sentinel live on Facebook, which you guys are doing right now. So thank you again for joining us. Nassim, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And you guys, I'm going to check the comments and see what's going on with you. How is it looking outside? Is it cloudy? Is it clear? Are you in clear Kissimmee or cloudy Winter Park? We're going to find out. Let's see the update since the last time I looked. Someone says it's getting dark. Arif Rahman says it's getting dark where he is. He said to go outside. So that's a pretty good idea, but only if you have your specialized glasses. I'm going to say it again. Don't put them on. Don't put your Ray-Bans on and hope that it's all good. It will not be. We had a doctor here last week that said it's not going to cut it. You need your special glasses. Courtney Day says it's getting dark. I don't know where Courtney is, but thank you for making that comment. And Sarah Hirschfield again says it's going to be around 2:51 where she is. So that's probably a good time. It's 2:38 in the studio here, so that makes sense. Let's see if I have any more jokes for you guys as we wait for our next guest. Let's see. How does the man in the moon cut his hair? You might wonder. The answer, he clips it. I got some live audience laughter on that one, so we know that one's a keeper. I'm going to put that one into the next one. All right, so we have someone live. Oh, we got Michael Williams. Is that him? Marco. Oh, we got Marco Santana, our space reporter live.
He is at the Seminole State Planetarium, I believe. He's getting his camera adjusted. Orlando Science Center, I'm sorry. He's at the Orlando Science Center, and he's got his camera on the, looks like, several dozen to 100 or so people from his vantage point. We'll see if we can get him to explain what's going on, but this is one of the biggest events in the area. Obviously, Orlando Science Center would have the biggest knowledge of science. Oh, and he's gone for a moment. And see, we didn't lie. He's got the NASA's VAB building behind him. He is the science reporter after all. So I guess he was trying to tell us
that he wants to hear some more jokes before he is ready to speak to us. So I got, oh man, I don't know if I have any more. No, I'm out. I'm out of jokes. Well, maybe I'll ask myself some trivia questions or ask you guys. And you could go on Facebook and put your response, and we'll see who gets it right first. So, true, not true, yes, true or false? Oh, I asked that to Nassim. Okay, what year was the first photo taken of a solar eclipse? Put your answers in Facebook if you're watching us on Facebook, and maybe you'll win a prize. Definitely not, but you never know. The answer is 1851 in what is now Russia. Very interesting. The first photo of a solar eclipse. And now I think we have Marco Santana.
His camera is working and his headphones are in. Marco, can you hear us? Doesn't seem like he can hear us, but he is showing us his viewpoint from where he is at the Orlando Science Center. There seems to be some kids, a lot of children. Maybe they're off at school or they're took a little field trip to the Orlando Science Center. Everyone's getting ready. It looks pretty sunny out still. I don't see any eclipse coverage yet, and not everyone has their glasses on yet, so we're kind of monitoring that as they go on. I know they had some sunglasses or the eclipse glasses that they were giving out, but I don't know if they ran out or what. But a lot of the other reporters we spoke to and photographers, they had ran out early in the morning, so we'll have to check in with Marco when he gets queued up here to see if that was the case. But it looks like a very busy lawn out front of the Orlando Science Center, and kids and adults, and everyone's kind of enjoying this day as a whole. And that's kind of one thing I do like about solar eclipses and
world events like this. It does bring everyone together. No matter who you are, you like to experience these things that happen on Earth, and it's very interesting to me and everyone else. So I think we're going to move on now to a interesting part of this, which I never even knew was potentially a part of this, is how the stock market might be affected by a solar eclipse. I have Paul Brinkman joining me now. So you sent me some questions. I didn't even know what to ask because I didn't know this was even a thing. Is this true that it could be affected?
Yeah, so there's a guy who, after the 1987 eclipse and stock market crash, he started reading about it, and there were these theories, and people had looked at over time when eclipses happened, what the stock market did, and they found that with from 6 days prior to 3 days after an eclipse, there's often a big down movement in the stock market.
Oh, it's down?
Yeah.
Oh, so it couldn't go up?
Right. And well, it did go down. It did go down on Thursday, just a little over 1%, not like a crash. So we're watching the stock market now.
What does it look like today?
It's been down mostly, but only by like a fraction of a percent. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing dramatic yet today.
Now, is this causation or correlation? What is it? Is it just a coincidence? What do you think?
Seems to me like it might be correlation. But, there are some things about the eclipse that do affect the economy and business somewhat. I mean, a lot of people are taking off work today, so they're saying that productivity is going to take a hit. And then there's also, there's also communication networks that are being overloaded by people uploading and things like that. And I don't know that for sure anywhere, but that's what they were predicting. So I haven't heard yet today if that's happening or not. But at the same time, there's also a lot of people traveling, and there's people out there spending money. I was just out in downtown Orlando, and yes, there were people outside their offices, so there's a lot of people taking a break right now, outside the courthouse and other places. So I don't know. There's a lot of activity down there. Like you said, it's cool to see everybody coming together.
Yeah, and Lauren, we were talking about when she was on the show earlier that a lot of restaurants are getting in on this trend to make deals. Are you seeing that a lot with other businesses putting deals or putting special events? We
saw some of that, and I mean downtown right now. It seems like everybody's kind of like down at Dr. Phillips Center or walking in that direction. Is what they were when I was headed back. So I didn't really see a lot of people out eating and that. Of course, it's a little after lunch hour now still.
Okay, so you're walking down Orange Avenue. How is the weather outside? That's what everyone wants to know.
It's hot. That's why I'm sweating. But also, what was so cool was the shadows.
Oh, okay.
If you look under a tree, where you normally see like the dappled light from the sun. All those little dapples are crescent shaped right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did, yes.
Okay, you'll have to post that. What's your Twitter?
I did. It's on my Twitter. It's just at Paul Brinkman with 2 N's on the end.
Okay, that's super cool. All right, before you leave, let me see if I have any more trivia questions left to ask, but I might ask you a repeat because some people are just tuning in, right? No one really knows. You guys didn't hear each other's answers. Let's see. One of the hardest ones. What is the largest city in the path of totality this time around?
So
you gotta think.
Well,
West
I know
Coast.
St. Louis is.
Okay.
I don't know if, and I think Kansas City was too. Maybe was Seattle?
No, not quite. It was Nashville.
Nashville. Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we had watching some.
Nashville is like the city that took in their entire county for their city limits, so they're a big city. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep, they are. All right, one more. True or false? There can never be a solar eclipse on the North and South Pole. 50% chance. These are the easy ones.
I would say false.
True. I mean, you're right. You're right. It is false.
Correct.
It is true that
You mean correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, he is correct. So it can. The last one was in 2015. It's pretty much the same as it would be here. So good job.
All right.
2 for 2.
It was a guess.
Thank you, Paul, for joining us. That was really interesting. I had no idea there was even a correlation or anything with the stock market. So now we're going to go back out to the field and see joining us. And right now we are back to Michael Williams. Sorry, I lied. We're with Jacob Langston, who is joining us live from this. He is now at the Seminole State College Planetarium. Jacob, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on there?
There's a lot of people out here. We have Manny Zambrano right here from Castleberry. We're sporting a full T-shirt.
I love
that. Hey, Manny. Tomorrow's his birthday, so he's getting an early birthday present.
Oh, happy birthday.
We'll pan around a little bit for you to see the crowd.
Jacob, how many people do you think are there?
I would say, I'm terrible at guessing, 2,000.
2,000, okay. And what's everyone doing right now? Are they putting their glasses on or not quite yet?
Yeah, we're putting their glasses on. We have a bit of a problem cover. I didn't think you'd be able to see it, but everybody's saying that you could see it with their glasses, so people are still looking through their glasses.
Okay, and now what is your project? We talked to Red. He's doing something down at the Eye. We talked to Ricky, who's at Bach Tower. What's your special photo do you have planned?
Oh, you see it right here. Just people. People in the crowd.
Nice. Now, do you know about the event? Are they going to have anything special other than just looking at the clip? Oh, cool. I see. Yeah, she's got her glasses on.
They do. They have a number of telescopes out here. They were all covered up under the so I'm not sure if they're out and working right now. Here's one right here.
Oh, nice. And you can just go look in the telescope. It's got the special filter.
Yes, that was the first telescope I saw because it was still raining here as about 10 minutes ago, but the rain was kind of held off. Everybody's just looking through their glasses.
Oh, good. Is there any updates, or any officials saying when the peak time is?
I haven't spoken to anybody, but I think right about now it's supposed to be the peak time.
All right. Well, I better let you
around
get to
talking to
it.
people, and there's another telescope. We got somebody candering through it.
Cool. That must be a really cool sight. Have you done it, Jacob? Have you been in the telescope?
I have not, but I'll ask this gentleman what he sees if he'd like me to.
Sure. We want to know secondhand.
We can go wrap it to us in Alexander Hamilton style.
Oh, people are using their phones. They better be careful. Better have that filter on their phones.
Oh, that gentleman is with Seminole State, actually. He looks like he's getting it set up.
Okay.
That's Michael McCall, one of the main guys out here.
Awesome.
Looks like he's still getting it set up, but you can see lots of people out here.
Okay, Jacob, well, when that telescope is officially set up, I want you to take a look and then report back what you see, because that looks super cool. And thank you for covering this for us. It seems like a ton of people out there getting to see this phenomenon, so thank you for joining.
See ya. All right, that was Jacob Langston out at the Seminole State Planetarium, one of the biggest events, it looked like, at least from the video footage that we saw. Hundreds, possibly thousands of people outside taking a look at the eclipse. So let me go back to our hundreds and thousands of people that are commenting on our Facebook feed right now. We'll see what you guys are talking about. And 100 people are joining us live right now. So thank you so much for being with us. Arif Rahman said, it's not hot. Speak for yourself. I think it is hot outside. Anything past 60 is sweltering. Terry Smith said she's starting to feel the temperature drop. So that's interesting, and we've heard that when the eclipse actually is passing over, it could drop up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's why some of the animals might think that it's time to go to bed. So thank you for that, Terry. Tamara Cheryl says, are you going to show the eclipse? And yes, we are. We're going to try to take a live stream as soon as we can. And here it is right there in Charleston, South Carolina. This is from NASA. So there you go. That is the eclipse. That's what it's all about. We're seeing it right now. And the coronas are right there. And now it's kind of peeking through the clouds. But this is what everyone's been waiting for. And it seems like it's coming back in a second. But that is a sliver, a very crescent moon right there. So people traveled. I think Charleston, South Carolina was one of the most heavily traveled to destinations for the eclipse. They were expecting millions of people to show up there. So it looks like, despite, I heard a lot of weather reports this morning that they were supposed to have pretty cloudy weather. That looks pretty good. I think I would be pretty happy with that if I had the chance to go up there and watch that in person. So whoever traveled there did a pretty good job. So very interesting. Let's see what else you guys are talking about. Okay, so we have Lily Chu, and it says, I'm Fabricio, so that's Lily's son. He's 8 years old, following the eclipse from home with my mom, dad, and sister Leah. So thank you so much for watching with us, and we hope you learned something from us and got some good information, or getting to see behind us the actual eclipse. So thank you so much. Let's see, Courtney Day. Courtney Day is in Orange County. Terry Smith again says it's cloudy in Astor, but it's getting dark. Ooh, it's getting to that point where we're actually going to see something. Not full totality, up to 80%, 85%, but that's still pretty cool and a lot more than some places in the U.S. Let's see. Okay, everyone's saying that it's getting dark outside. So Apple Jacks with 2 X's says, what time in Binghamton, New York. Now, my uncle lives in Binghamton. I could give him a call to ask, but I think it's not supposed to be as strong up there as it is down here. But I would think it's got to be close to us because it's both on the East Coast. And someone else that's here on the East Coast with me is Michael Williams. We're back to you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Kayla.
All right, what's going on?
Here at the Dr. Phillips Center, where you can actually notice that the temperature has dropped quite considerably. Feels like it is at least 10 degrees colder than it was before the eclipse started. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the song Total Eclipse of the Heart is playing as loud as it can. People are enjoying that.
I'm sure.
A couple minutes ago, it actually got a little bit dark, but I'm pretty sure that was just a cloud going overhead. But people started cheering for it either way. So very eclectic atmosphere here at the Dr. Phillips Center.
How exciting. Where's the music coming from? Is someone just playing it on their own, or is it coming from the Dr. Phillips?
I've been trying to figure that out. There's a speaker somewhere that's playing all kinds of eclipse-related music.
Yeah. Do most people there have their glasses on?
Yes, pretty much everybody that I am seeing is being very safe and using their solar glasses or using some sort of homemade device that doubles as their solar glasses. Nobody's really looking into the sun right with their eyes, which is a very smart thing.
Good. Yes, we tried to warn people way in advance not to do that. Where are your glasses? Speaking of, sir.
I wasn't able to get any. I'm relying on the power of friendship. A lot of very nice people have lent me their glasses, and it's really, truly a sight to see.
Okay, and how is the weather? It's getting better, holding up, getting worse? What's it looking like?
Getting better. It's a little bit cloudy overhead, but not nearly as bad as it was before. Like I said earlier, whenever they actually started handing out the glasses, it just started pouring down rain.
Yeah.
So the line cleared quite considerably. But yeah, a pretty sunny day. Feels nice outside.
Well, Michael, I'm going to let you go and meet up with your friends so you can look at the eclipse as well. And thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Kayla. Have a good one.
And you too. And now we're going to Marco Santana at the Orlando Science Center, where a lot of people are also gathering outside, putting their glasses on for the eclipse. Marco, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. You sound great. What's going on out at the Science Center?
Well, there's a lot going on. If you can see the pictures here, the yard outside of the Science Center is packed, and that's not even including all the people who are inside the Science Center. It was crazy this morning. They were holding crowds back and having to go upstairs in shifts because they didn't want everyone to kind of run over that. The problem was it was kind of cloudy out, right near the beginning, and so they couldn't open the terrace. So everyone was waiting kind of right by the terrace, waiting for them to let them through, and then they finally did. Right as the eclipse started, the clouds kind of, or the rain went away. So it's almost like it was a perfect timing for that.
Yeah, exactly. So what are people doing inside? They're just going to the terrace to watch it a little bit closer?
Yeah, the terrace is very packed. I mean, there's no room really up there at all. And they're kind of, again, going in shifts in and out of the terrace. Every floor is wall to wall, and you can't really. I mean, you can see the crowd out here. It's really similar, except in a very more of an enclosed setting, of course.
Yeah. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing right now, there's kids, there's adults, there's couples, there's babies.
Oh, all ages are excited about this, and I actually didn't know I was excited about it until then it happened. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. So you saw the actual passing of the sun.
What's that?
Did you actually see it happen? Has it already passed in your area?
No, yeah. I got myself a pair of glasses, and somebody handed it to me, and I checked it out. It's a pretty cool sight to behold, really.
Yeah. So what was that experience like? So you actually saw it. How dark did it get?
It's bizarre because it's you're looking up at the sun, of course, but you're not used to seeing it the way it was. I mean, it's kind of dark. It darked a little bit, dimmed a little bit. The sky did, but yeah, for the most part, it was just looking up at it. It was pretty cool to see, and just one of those once in a lifetime type of things.
Yeah. Did it get cold at all? Our friend Michael Williams said it got a couple of degrees cooler.
Yeah, I heard him say that a little bit. I mean, I guess it just feels like there may be a breeze, but maybe it's not the breeze. I don't know. But it's not too different. I'm still sweating.
Yeah, I'm sure. And when does this event go to? Can people still show up and kind of do the post-eclipse activities?
Yeah, I think I don't know about post-eclipse, but I think they're having things go on until 4:00. And I'm coming over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're still doing things until 4:00, doing a little bit of programming inside, like educational things. But really, there's so many people right now. I don't know if that would be if that'd be very plausible to try to do that right now.
Yeah, a lot of people will probably clear out once the eclipse events are done. Well, I'm sure you'll be in there getting all the education you can get because you love science and space. Well, thank you, Marco, and I hope you stop sweating and get to go inside for a little bit and get some water.
All right, take care.
See ya.
All right, well, we are nearing the end of this live stream. It's almost 3 o'clock, so if you have not seen the eclipse in real life, it's time to go outside, catch that last little bit of action. And if you're just joining us, thank you so much. You can watch this from the beginning. If you send any more comments after the live stream is over, I'll do my best to answer them or find the right answer for you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you got to experience Eclipse 2017 with all your friends and family and with us here at the Orlando Sentinel. Have a great day.